free. I am free. Yeah. I am free. I am free to be authentically me. I am bold and I am strong. Sometimes I get it wrong, but I pick myself up, dust myself off. Hey, I ground myself in love. I got faith more than enough, 'cause I've learned the only way to live is trust. I am free, yeah. I am free, oh yeah, hey. I am free. I am free to be authentically me. Well, I'm done playing small. Bring it on, I'll face it all. Hey, the ups, the downs, and all the in-betweens. As I lean in and let go, get curious and know if it's on my path, it's exactly what I need. 'Cause I am free. I am free, yeah. I am free. Hey, I am free to be authentically me. I am free to be authentically me.
Good morning, Pacific Coast. How's everybody doing? Oh my gosh, look at you guys. As Carlos says, I have the best seat in the house. So welcome to each of you gathered with us here in the sanctuary. And for those joining us on YouTube, we're really glad you're here. And if you're new, we're especially glad that you're here with us. My name's Valerie Day. I am an emeritus practitioner here, and I get to be your host today. So it's always fun and an honor and a pleasure to get to be your host. So before we get started, we also always like to do a little housekeeping here. So if you parked behind someone, there's little cards. Our beautiful welcome team can give you a card. You can fill it out, put your name and your cell phone number so that if they want to leave before you do, they can find you and connect with you. And also, I ask you now, if you could silence your phones, that would be awesome, so that we have an uninterrupted service. But don't forget at the end of service to turn it back on so that the person behind you can reach you. So we've got such an awesome day to plan for you today. It's Pride Month, and our theme this month is Boldly Authentic. And today's message is Quantum You, breathe, know, and live your truth. And as a community, we believe that love is the nature of who we truly are. We come together to awaken, grow, and live from a deeper truth. And none of us does this alone. This morning we have a wonderful team helping to create our experience together, and let me introduce them. Our special guest speaker is Frank Lewandowski, and he's going to join Rev Veronica in exploring what it means to know and live our truth. And our music team, which, you know, music is the message, baby, is Melissa, Des, Michael, and Benj. Thank you for bringing such soul and richness. And then our practitioners, we have a beautiful group of practitioners serving us today. Max Rutsch, Mary Birch, Janice Guevara, and April Hannum. Thank you to our practitioners. Our youth and family coordinator, Wenda Alcala. And then representing our leadership council is Terry Anderson. And supporting our production, we have John Broderick, Matt Prophet, and Tori Sina. And, you know, a heartfelt thank you to our hospitality and welcome teams led by both Lily Wells and Janet Moorish. So let's begin. Let's get this party started. So our theme for 2026 is cleaning up together. I think we're getting clean. I'm looking at y'all. You're looking pretty clean out there. So this year, we commit to clearing away what no longer serves us and in our hearts, our habits, and our community. So through conscious practice, we transform shadow into insight, resistance into willingness, and fear into freedom. Together we rise. So please join me in speaking our affirmation for 2026. I courageously clean up old beliefs, patterns, and stories that no longer serve my highest good. I honor the sacred journey from mess to mastery, knowing that every step, muddy and miraculous, moves me toward greater clarity and truth. Like the lotus, I rise with grace, remembering I am supported, guided, and never alone on this path. And let's just take a breath together. Breathe that in. Ah, yes, yes, yes. Cleaning up together. Okay. And now I'd like to invite Max up to light our candle and give our invocation. As we just take that pause, transitioning into our time of this light represents that light we are as a community and a reminder that we shine brighter than we stand together.
Let's just take a deep breath together. And remind ourselves there is one creative power. One divine artist behind the whole universe. This infinite source thrives on expression, making everything in nature entirely unique. No two stars, no two leaves, no two souls are ever the same. The divine is infinite and innumerable, and consequently, the ways of approaching the divine are infinite and innumerable also. And we know that this unique creative life is exactly what we are expressing. We are not copies of the divine. We are literally the hands, feet, and voices of Spirit expressing the divine here and now. The divine mind is thinking through us and as us. Its original spark is the very core of our being. Right here, right now, I affirm for everyone in our spiritual community the courage to be boldly authentic. We release the need to conform. We release the need to hide or to play small to fit into everyone else's expectations. We claim our right to stand tall in our own truth, trusting that our own unique gifts, our genuine voices, and our true selves are exactly what the world needs right here and right now. I am so deeply grateful for this truth. I'm thankful for the freedom that comes when we stop apologizing for who we are and instead celebrate the magnificent, original masterpiece that Spirit created each of us to be. It is with this absolute confidence I release these words into the perfect action of the law. We let them go. We let them grow. And most of all, we allow ourselves to shine. And so it is.
Good morning, everyone. Good to see you all. You all look great. Yeah. Especially you. In any case, welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Pacific Coast. We are a wonderful community. I thank Max for his invocation, and I welcome you to June, which is Pride Month. So, for those of you who may be a member, and for those of you who support the LGBTQ community, thank you. Enjoy this month and celebrate everyone's uniqueness. All right. I am Terry Anderson, the treasurer of this wonderful organization. I'm a member of the Leadership Council, and I'll be doing your announcements for today. So let's get going. If we could start with our collaboration vision, if we could read this together. Through mindful and respectful exploration, we are creating a healthier foundation that supports and engages a whole beloved community equipped to launch new strategies for a thriving spiritual center. Breathe it in. Breathe it in. And I ask that you just listen while I read our inclusion statement. This represents our spiritual principles and who we are as a community. All right, so we know all life is interconnected and sacred. We cultivate active care of the earth and honor all creation. We are committed to being a unified community where everyone is included and has equal access to actualize their full potential, regardless of race, color, religion, ethnicity, age, gender identity, sexual orientation, background, physical, or mental ability. And together, I'd like to read this final line. We live in loving, respectful coexistence with all. So that is. Okay. Next, we're on to community announcements. First of all, do we have any June birthdays in the house? If you feel like it, please raise your hand or stand up. Stand up.
Happy birthday, baby. Happy birthday, baby. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Woo! Stay standing. We have a gift for you for those with June birthdays. The ushers are handing out cards granting you a free session with a practitioner. So please take advantage of it, and again, happy birthday. All right. Today, the art of wellness. Today after service, we are so excited to welcome Frank Lewandowski as our guest speaker and panelist. Frank is the founder and CEO of Breather May. I think that's right. Or Breather May. So, and innovated, everyone will remember that now. Breather May? All right. So it's an innovative wellness technology company whose work inspired many of the concepts explored in Dr. J.J. Meyer's recent Graceology series. Whew, hard act to follow. No. Anyway, following service today, Frank will be presenting a complimentary 1-hour workshop, The Art of Wellness, From Awareness to Experience. In this interactive experience, you'll explore the connection between beliefs, thoughts, emotions, and physical experience, and discover how greater awareness can create new possibilities for change. Attendees will also receive a complimentary Rapid System Intelligence Assessment and the 8 Pillars of Wellness ebook from the Art of Wellness platform. We hope you'll stay and join us today at 12:45, right here in the sanctuary. Thank you. And next, summer solstice, wild and radiant. Okay, movement, music, fire, ritual, community connection. Those are all just concepts of our next summer solstice item here. Valerie Day and Reiki Master Licensed Massage Therapist Didi Mejia join them for a joyful summer solstice celebration as we gather to honor the longest day of the year. Through personal oracle cards, card readings, movement, music, ritual, reflection, and meaningful connection, we'll ignite the inner sun, awaken our inner radiance, and celebrate the wild spirit within. Sounds good to me. Save the date. Registration opens this week. And next. Woo! This is a party, okay. You're invited to this fun birthday and fundraising celebration. We are embarking on a birthday Duffy boat ride celebrating our Rev Veronica's June birthday. Woo! I guess it's on Thursday, June 25th. So if you would like to join us in this fun celebration, please sign up. Tickets are $75 for this fundraising and fun-raising event. Captain Steve and co-captain Lily back there will guide this party boat on Thursday, June 25th from 6 to 8 p.m. Space is limited. Sign up now. And to continue on the theme of Rev Veronica, have you ever wondered what it would be like to share a lunch with the Rev? Well, here's your chance. We have this raffle drawing that occurs on July 5th, and you don't have to be present to win, but we do want you to go online and purchase tickets, raffle tickets for this event. So it's going to be a raffle, pick one, and that winner gets to go for lunch. How great. There will be, I have to expand this, my eyes. Best of all, every ticket helps strengthen the community, proving that sometimes even a small investment can nourish both the spirit and the stomach. Tickets are $10 each and can be purchased online or through our newsletter. That sounds good. I wonder what the odds are on that. And for more on that, let me invite Rev Veronica up to talk about the two next items.
Okay, here I am, your raffle prize. All right. Buy your tickets now. So I have had the pleasure of meeting Reverend Rachel McCreary, and she is the senior minister at Silicon Valley Centers for Spiritual Living. And I've been taking her classes, Manifest More Money, for about 3 months now. And I just knew I had to bring her here because she is a straight shooter. And she tells it like it is. And she said, why are so many people in New Thought, what she says, broke? Why is it that there's a struggle with money? And so she addresses money identity. She addresses healing your money relationship, talks about clearing money blocks, and creates a new money identity. We have an old money identity that was given to us from the environment that we grew up in. So I say, let's build a new money idea and know the truth of who we are, and by working through these blocks and learning about the neuroscience, the spirituality, and her practical coaching. She is a coach. She is a coach to executives and corporations, so she knows what she's talking about. And this is a powerful 5-week experiential class. It will change your relationship with money. It will rewire your money identity and help you bust through your current money set point. This isn't your usual prosperity and abundance class. This is neuroscience and practical coaching and using spiritual law to manifest more money in our lives. Now, who would like that? Who would like more money in their lives? Okay? Yes, I say yes to that. So it's a 5 Wednesdays in July. The cost is $297. And so I know this price point is a little higher than our regular classes. And so this is an invitation, right? This is the first pushback, right? It's like, ooh, that's a little bit higher than I'm used to paying. So that's the first, like, looking at our money identity is how can I create the money to attend this? Well, let me help you with that, because Reverend Ray Sherrill has agreed to do a 1-hour free master class called Show Me the Money. It's on Wednesday, on Wednesday, June 17th, and it's going to be an introductory class, and it will help you break through if you are having any pushback on the price of the class and any other areas that you want to talk about. She will talk about 5 money blocks, keeping spiritual people broke, and the power to move that, and the power move that changes everything. The power move that changes everything. You've done the spiritual work, you know the principles, you've said the affirmations, so why isn't it showing up in your bank account, is what Reverend Ray Sherrill says. So please, you'll be able to register for all of these through the QR code up on the screen, back in the TV, and also on the newsletter and the website. So please join us. These are important classes for us to take, because as we, as conscious spiritual beings, can grow our money consciousness, we can do a lot of good in the world. Yes, I say yes to that. So please join us. Thank you.
All right. And from the leadership team, we would like to extend our thank yous. First, thank you to Valerie Day, our amazing music team, and everyone involved in last Sunday's wonderful musical message. If you missed it, you need to catch it on YouTube. Second, I want to thank Jesse Keeler for the work he's done as production coordinator of our Sunday gathering. He's not joining us today, however. He's been with the production team about 1.5 years. Doesn't know quite when he became the production coordinator, but yeah, it's nice, smooth transitions. So we thank Jesse for his work with the production team. And to tag on to this, we thank our Torhi Sena, who has taken on the role. So I know production coordinator is in great hands with you, and very strong, be on time hands. So that's what we need, so apparently. So thank you to Torhi for taking that on. And a final thank you goes to our Reverend Juanita Gardner, who has volunteered to be a community member on our financial consciousness team. So for those of you who don't know what that is, this team meets monthly prior to the Leadership Council meeting to review current and future items that impact our financials. And they do this while holding all of our finances and everything around it in a higher consciousness, in the abundance that we are. So it's an awesome team, and we thank you, Rev Juanita, for joining us in that team. please, I invite you to go within while Mary and I play the bowls and followed by the sacred music provided by our music team.
Right here and right now, with every breath I take, I'm letting go, gonna let it fade away. Right here and right now, I'm getting out of my head and dropping into my heart right now, right here and right now. With every breath I take, I'm letting go, gonna let it fade away. Right here and right now, I'm getting out of my head and dropping into my heart. And how my mind can turn and twist and spin, just begging for some peace. That's how I know it's time to go within, be still and just breathe. Right here and right now, with every breath I take, I'm letting go, gonna let it fade away. Right here and right now, I'm getting out of my head and dropping into my heart. And with each breath, I'll go deeper in this space and ground myself from the peace within this place. I can feel the love, it's flowing all around me. Right here, right now. Yeah, I can feel the love, it's flowing all around me. Right here, right now.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the kickoff of the month, Boldly Authentic. Ernest Holmes taught the fundamental principle in the simplest terms in a metaphysical chart. The universal spirit always flows from the inside out. Specifically, universal spirit uses universal subjectivity, resulting in the experience that we call life. Now, we can't ignore these fundamental principles. I get that. On the other hand, what I've discovered in my generation or so in this lifetime, we all learn better from our experience than we do from theory. And we have a lot of experiences that we get to learn from. Have you ever thought, if I just had enough money, or if I just had a little more time, or if I just got a little better job, then finally I will be happy, successful, and joyous about everything I do. I call this a condition of looking to the exterior for our experiences. Over the years, I have labeled it a cultural illusion that tells us the formula for life is have it, then do it, and then you can be it. Yet deep down, there's a part of me that knows what it means to be boldly authentic. One summer afternoon, when I was about 7 years old, my mother watched me through our kitchen window. I was a cowboy. On a magic white horse, fiercely protecting the wagon train headed west that was under attack. Later that evening, my mom was overheard telling my dad, Max Jr., that would be me, spent an hour and a half out there in the backyard today, all by himself, pretending to be a cowboy. Now, I know I had an amazing mom, but on that afternoon, she was wrong. I was not pretending to be a cowboy. I was a cowboy. I was not riding my mother's broomstick. I was riding Topper. No. For you younger kids, that's Happy Long Cassidy's white horse. I was not pretending that my index finger was a gun. My index finger was a gun. Now, I also knew those bad guys really were attacking a wagon train going west. It wasn't a belief. It wasn't blind faith. It was hard, absolute reality. I was being a cowboy. And because I was a cowboy, I was really doing what cowboys do. And because I was doing what cowboys do, I had what cowboys have. You got that? Good. I hadn't heard of the science of mind at 7 years old. But in case you didn't notice, I was doing exactly what the chart said. Be it, then do it, then have it. Then something went wrong. I grew up. The world got hold of me. A shadow. You heard that word before around here? A shadow got hold of me. Now, in case you haven't figured it out yet, shadows aren't always bad. Sometimes they're just things back there that we kind of forgot about. So, fast forward. I found myself sitting in a college freshman biology class. I didn't want to be there. After all, I was a senior. I just needed 3 more units to get the degree. And I needed that degree to get into law school. So that someday, after some more hard work, I could be a lawyer. Now, think about that carefully. How did that process that I learned at 7 years old get switched around? Starting down there at the bottom of having to get up to that top being with that doing still stuck in the middle. Now, yeah, it did work. But let me tell you this. It worked through sheer force, through sheer determination. Yeah, I suffered through biology. It was a C, but I got my diploma and went on to law school. And then I worked my way through law school. And ultimately, yeah, sure enough, I became a lawyer. Now, if you haven't figured it out for yourself yet, I do have a point to all of this. Being a cowboy first was a whole lot easier. Can you see that? Well, I hope you can see that, because that's where our shadow work comes into play. This is what I call, at 7 years old, being boldly authentic. Whenever we find ourselves trapped in the have, do, be programming, we're coming from lack. It's so simple. We don't have enough. And we're stuck in that kind of thinking. That's when we need to be our boldly authentic self. Stop waiting to have. Be boldly authentic. Because when being becomes my reality, doing and having take care of themselves. So my message for today: long live the memories of Hopalong Cassidy and his horse Trigger. Thank you.
Once upon another time, somebody's hands who felt like mine turned the key and took a drive, was free. curve and sun St. Cloud, Buckley on the radio, cigarette was burning slow, so breathe, just yellow lines and tire marks and sun-kissed skin and handlebars, and where I stood was where I was to be. No enemies to call my own, no porch light on to pull me home, and where I was is beautiful because I was free. Once upon another time, before I knew which life was mine, before I left the child behind me, I saw myself in summer nights, and stars lit up like candlelight. I make my wish, but mostly I believed in yellow lines and tire marks, in sun-kissed skin and handlebars, and where I stood was where I was to be. Once upon another time, decided nothing good and dying, so I would keep on trying because I was
About ready in a moment. Okay. All right, okay. Testing 1, 2, 3. And let me check my. There we go. There we are. Here we go. Okay. Woo! Good job. Good job. Our AV team. Yes, yes. We are so blessed. I just keep saying that over and over again, but we are so blessed with so many amazing people in our center, and just to put all of this together. So blessed indeed. And we are so blessed to have Frank Lewandowski here with us today. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about him because he has an amazing, amazing resume and past and future. Oh, I love that, yes. So he is the founder and CEO of Breather May and Breather May Research Institute, pioneering a transformative paradigm in health technology. With a career spanning over 30 years across life sciences, biotechnology, pharmaceuticals, aerospace, medical devices, and advanced health analytics, Frank has been instrumental in developing groundbreaking solutions that bridge traditional medicine and bioadaptive health technologies. His expertise has been honed through leadership roles at esteemed global organizations, including DuPont, Merck, Bristol-Myers, Squibb, Johnson & Johnson, and NASA. He has authored over 40 peer-reviewed scientific journal publications and holds 22 U.S. and international patents, solidifying his reputation as a pioneer in multidisciplinary scientific innovation. Wow. Yes. All right, here's my favorite line in his bio. Frank has a history of leading disruptive scientific advancements. My kind of guy. As the architect of Breather May's vision, I see what is possible when healthcare is reimagined to be globally connected, universally accessible, and deeply human. Yes, this is a vision where mental and emotional health are treated as inseparable from physical health. I say amen to that. All right, so the future of healthcare is not about choosing between science and humanity. It is about building the bridge where both thrive together, creating the conditions for health, vitality, and human potential to flourish in every part of the world. Let's give a big Pacific Coast welcome to Frank Lewandowski. Thank you so much. Yes, my goodness. We are so grateful that you've said yes to come here, and yes.
Yeah, thank you very much. Is my microphone working? Can you? Okay, perfect.
And thank you to Dr. JJ for creating the bridge to bring him here, so thank you, yes. So let's talk about how did you get here personally, given your bio and all of the work that you've done in the corporate world. How did you get to where you are now?
It seems like a different lifetime ago, just hearing all the accolades that were just presented. What led me on this journey at the height of my career, I wound up at the age of 48, accomplishing all these great accolades within the science industry. But I have to say that my most favorable accomplishment, or my greatest accomplishment, was becoming a father. And back in 2011, at the height of my career, I wound up losing a relationship of 10 years, losing a home, suddenly losing my son in a car accident, my only child, and as well just being so devastated that I needed to take a sabbatical from work, and it was a year-long journey in my recovery. So most people, go through life events, maybe one at a time, but that consolidated time frame really impacted me to the point that not only did I really grieve loss, I really grieved my identity. Everything that I stood as with my role, my relationships, my professional titles, everything fell apart. And it was the first time in my life that I ever confronted that much pain, that much anxiety, that much depression. And really what emerged from that was being thrown into the healthcare system. And everything that I built from a professional side with my science and the research and so on, it was really the first time that I had to experience our healthcare system, and found out that all they were offering me was prescription medication, to deal with my depression. And I said, absolutely not. All I could think of in my head was, all it's going to do is mask the symptoms, right? and allow me not to grieve and such. And all I thought was it was going to prolong my recovery. So I said, absolutely not. What are my other options? And they said, there aren't any. We don't advise you to, right, to just do this naturally. And so that's really when I severed my belief with the healthcare, giving my sovereignty away as I did previously, and I realized I need to take this into my own hands. And what wound up emerging was really this lifelong journey of being introduced not only to spirit, reintroduced to spirit, but as well everything that really made me who I was. I had to rebuild my whole life. And during that journey, I really discovered who I was, being present in life, because everything was forward-facing all the time for me, and really became the emergence of what I established as Breathe Through Me. So in a way, kind of my life wound up unraveling, and I have notes here because it's I'm awfully nervous today, I have to say, but I thank you. So life doesn't break us to punish us, it breaks open the parts that are ready to grow, and I think that's what really emerged with me, is understanding that ability, and along the way of leaving the science behind, I really identified my true purpose, and that was the emergence of Breathe Through Me, the whole evolution of it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Yes, I can't imagine that place that you were in, the pain of having so much loss, like you said, in such a short span of time, and that with all the wisdom in the world, that we did not have an answer other than, medication. And once again, there's nothing wrong with medication at all,
Right.
but there it's like there has to be something else, right? And I think that's where it sparked.
That
within
was
you.
definitely the spark, and really building something that was holistic and really met people where they are, but on their journey. So I didn't, have the options to be able to go through and do anything else. And what emerged from that was really beginning to build the foundation for Breathe Through Me, regaining self-sovereignty, being able to navigate your health the way that you've been taught, looking at your belief systems and so on, and really beginning to identify this natural path towards healing. So.
And so, given the science of mind is what we teach here, how is that bridge with what you're bringing forth through Breathe Through Me?
They're very, very similar. And as a matter of fact, your mission for the year that was stated, I felt like it was our own credo for Breathe Through Me. So,
That's great.
So the science of mind teaches us about consciousness and how that it shapes experience. And Breathe Through Me does exactly the same thing. With Dr. J.J. Meyer and her Graceology course that she had done previously a few months back, what Breathe Through Me does is it operationalizes what was taught in Graceology, and really that's the foundation of what we've built, and that is all about looking at your belief system, your thoughts, your actions, your personal choices, and how they impact your overall health and wellness. So in a way, it's very, very similar. It's just looking at it through a different lens.
It reminds me very much of Max's great story, I am a cowboy, and that becomes our experience. And so that is so true for our health as well. And so to break out of that paradigm that's a tall order.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
it's just, I've always had this very strong spiritual side to myself. And as a scientist, a lot of what I was presented, especially during that time of healing for a whole year, I was introduced to all these esoteric modalities that I'd never even heard of. And what was really interesting, I've always been very sensitive. And what I observed was, okay, these modalities are working, but from a science perspective, I wasn't able to really identify what was actually happening. And that, along with building this company, was really understanding and applying the science to be able to understand these modalities. And it was really exciting because as I was feeling it and looking at the science, I saw that there was a bridge of connecting a lot of the ancient wisdom along with these whole systems, these whole health systems, Ayurveda, traditional Chinese medicine, along with all these integrative medical practices as well, and being able to fill the gaps. So literally starting to bridge the gaps and connecting not only the different disciplines within science, but as well with spirituality.
Isn't that exciting? Did you get the chills just hearing that? Yes, it's something that I think we've been waiting for a really long time, that bridge. So
It's, it's an honor to kind of have this bestowed on me because I don't feel worthy of this opportunity in bringing this forward. But as I've built it over the last 10 years, I've embraced it wholeheartedly. It's become a passion. It's become my life. And I think the pain that I felt during the loss of my son, my relationship, and my whole life during that time, I think what I came to find is that my strength and my connection to spirit has really driven, me forward to move everything forward, begin to connect the dots, and offer these options in wellness and health to be able to really start bridging the gap and move from a reactive system into a proactive health management environment, which I think is really needed right now.
Yes, definitely. And so we do our spiritual practices and we know our science of mind teachings, but yet we still are stuck in the area of health and wellness and well-being. Why do you think that is?
Oh, I think insight doesn't always translate into experience or awareness, right? So we need to, what we know how to be patient, right? Forgiveness, how to take care of ourselves, but actually doing that in your daily life, a lot of times you just push it aside, right? And don't actually follow those rules. So again, the understanding, we all understand those experiences, but are we actually making them practice? So in a way, what we're trying to do is, if we can observe them in real time, it allows us the opportunity to begin to look at patterns, some of the pattern recognitions in our behaviors, our choices, etc. And that is really the beginning of introducing change.
By recognizing the patterns. Right. Okay. Beautiful. And so what does it mean when you say it's a mirror and not a method?
So when you look at the healthcare system right now, you have a reactive healthcare system. So everything is based on symptom, right? Looking at treating symptoms as opposed to the root cause. So a lot of what we deal with, and it's what we've been taught, it's what's available to us within our healthcare system. But what I see is there is an opportunity around, there's only 10% of biomarkers that are tested in our current healthcare system in the allopathic conventional system. And there are over 90% of these biomarkers available that people aren't even aware of or they don't have access to. And so that's what we've brought into Breathe Through Me is the ability to look at functional diagnostics. So looking at identifying the root cause to some of the imbalances and health concerns that people challenge to move that needle from a reactive healthcare system into a proactive health management system, just to add visibility to these markers and identify some of the early onsets of disease or illness that can be really prevented and increase. Everybody's focused on lifespan. They want to live longer, but when you take the opportunity to really start looking at your life proactively, I think what is most important, and it's what's emerging now, is that everybody is moving into looking at increasing their health span. So increasing, right, that longevity to where you reach a point in your life that your mental decline or your physical, ailments, that really narrow gaps is narrowed down to, say, a 6-month time frame, as opposed to having a disease or illness that winds up lasting for years,
long
right?
time.
So
Yeah. So our current medical system, we're really testing such a minimal, our blood tests, they're just
Yeah.
barely scratching the surface, and you're saying there are even more biomarkers that would reveal even more to us
Yeah.
that can guide us to interrupt or intercept some disease
Sure.
processes, is what you're saying?
yeah, and absolutely, and it's partly this behemoth of a healthcare system that we have, and the insurance companies and everything, the pharmaceutical companies. I really feel like there's an opportunity to begin to create a different paradigm and really begin to shift that model and look at awareness as a tool of becoming a teacher for us, right? So when you're really consciously aware of what your personal choices are, it has a profound effect on your health and well-being. So, and a lot of people wind up defining health and wellness the same, and they're two complementary systems. So one, right, with you have the art of wellness. So wellness is all about self-care and learning those skills of self-care, where the health is all the science. So the applied science, and it's what most of us are used to within our physical and within our healthcare system and such. So, right.
Yes, yes. And so if you can scratch the surface on the 8 pillars of wellness, because I'm sure we'll be going into that a little bit more in the workshop, but if you could touch on that. And
so we have the 2 platforms that we operate off of. One is the Art of Wellness, and the Art of Wellness, as I said, is all about self-care. And we run through a bunch of assessments to look at how the body is responding to current stress points, whether it be your digestive system, inflammation, your lifestyle, all these different features that can be monitored, as opposed to looking at them separately. We've pulled them together. We also have an additional platform, 360-degree health intelligence, which really analyzes all the biomarkers and all the tests that I was just speaking of. But with the Art of Wellness, we have our foundational screen, which is the 8 pillars of wellness, and it's part of what the World Health Organization recognizes as the 8 primary pillars of total wellness. So what we wound up pulling all the National Institute of Health has all these assessments that are separate. Everything is siloed within our current healthcare system, and we took the opportunity of pulling all of these assessments into one foundational comprehensive assessment that looks at not only physical health, but emotional, mental, your spiritual health, along with social, environmental, occupational, and financial, right? So I love this upcoming series that you're doing, right, with financial health, because all of them work interconnectedly together, and you are only as good as your weakest link. So it's identifying those links, and we jump into about 37 different subcategories to help nurture and make you become more consciously aware of these choices that you're making that may be impacting your health or your well-being unknowingly. So it's just bringing that awareness to be able to shift and make that shift to really start navigating life proactively.
yes, beautiful. Wow, I'm excited. His workshop is right after service, and there's going to be more to share. And for those of you who don't know, I'm a nurse, and I became a nurse because I wanted this. But really, and what I got was, the current medical system. And trust me, we saved lives and we've helped a lot of people. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's definitely taken a turn as I've been in it 17 years and I've watched it. And so I'm really inspired, that we have, alternative directions to go, and I can't wait to hear more about it. And as much as I want to continue talking, and we can keep talking, we will need to bring it to a close. And I just want to thank you so much for just, what I see, what Frank has done is he has taken his intellect and his knowledge and his wisdom and he's brought it into his heart. And that when you connect that, then you open yourself up to even more wisdom.
Absolutely.
Wisdom outside of knowledge.
Absolutely.
And that's where these types of systems can be birthed, is because it's coming from a higher wisdom. So grateful
you.
for your yes.
Thank you.
Let's give them a big hand. On over.
How sweet it is to be loved by you. Yeah, how sweet it is to be loved by you. I needed the shelter of someone's arms. There you were. I needed someone to understand my ups and downs. There you were, with sweet love and devotion, deeply touching my emotion. I wanna stop and thank you, baby. I just wanna stop and thank you, baby. Oh yeah, how sweet it is to be loved by you. Yeah, how sweet it is to be loved by you. I close my eyes at night, wondering where would I be without you in my life. Everything I did was just a bore. Everywhere I went seems like I've been there before. But you brighten up for me all of my days, yeah. With a love so sweet, so many ways I wanna stop and thank you, baby. I just wanna stop. Thank you, baby. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Yeah, how sweet it is to be loved by you. Hey, you were better to me than I was to myself. For me, there is you, there ain't nobody else. I wanna stop. Thank you, baby, I just wanna stop. Thank you, yeah. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Oh yeah, like sugar in the summertime. How sweet it is to be loved by you, by you, by you. Oh yeah, how sweet it is to be loved by you. Oh, like sugar in the summertime. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Here we go. Ooh, 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 oh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh.
How sweet it is to be loved by you. Oh my God, our amazing music team, Melissa, Daz, Michael, and Benj. And wow, what a beautiful, thanks for sharing your heart and your journey and your story. And I was moved by, when you said you had to feel it to heal it. Did you, it was like they were trying to give him medication. He's like, no, I need to feel this to heal this. And then, recognizing the patterns, and then, moving the needle from reactive to proactive. That's really what we teach in Science of Mind about going from victim consciousness to like through me and as me. So, I do see that, real similarity. And so, yeah, and about awareness and navigating life proactively. So thank you both. Thank you for being here, Frank. Please stay after for the amazing workshop. This is a gift that he's giving our community. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, well, in the spirit of gratitude and how sweet it is to be loved by you, we're at the time of giving from the overflow. Yes, yes, yes. This is the time in our service where we get to practice the law of circulation in preparation for our July money workshop. Let's begin that practice of our relationship with money. And are you someone that's really comfortable giving and maybe you struggle receiving? Or perhaps you love receiving but giving is a challenge, just kind of check in with yourself. Where am I at with all that? This is our opportunity to stretch, grow, and bring balance into giving and receiving and practice together. Lives are changed through what we practice. So I invite you today to give from that place of practicing. It's not about how much we give. I remember Rev Bobby talking about this. It's not about how much we give, right? It's about giving from a place of receiving. It's about giving from the overflow. So thank you to our beautiful ushers. We have Cheryl, Janet, Carrie, and Nancy. Thank you for your service. And let's together say our affirmation as they pass the baskets. We give with open hearts, supporting a community grounded in shared purpose and possibility. As we give, we prosper, cultivating growth, connection, and abundance for all. Yes, yes, yes. And we like to make it easy, so there's lots of ways you can give. You can donate via Venmo. You can go onto our website and, click the donate button, or you can text to Tithe, which is super groovy if you haven't tried it out. Or if you want to be old school, we've got baskets and loving ushers. You can put your cash or your check in the basket, whatever feels good to you. We just want you to have the opportunity to practice that law of circulation. So, practitioners, yes, please stand. We are blessed in our community to have licensed practitioners here at our center. They are trained in deep listening and grounded in the spiritual truth of your wholeness and highest good. And they'd be honored to pray with you after service right over here at the Prayer Happens Here sign. So, avail yourself of that gift of prayer. Whether you're facing a challenge or seeking clarity, or maybe there's something you want to celebrate. You don't always have to have prayer when there's drama, right? You can have prayer to say, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for my amazing, wonderful life. So just avail yourself of the gift of prayer. All right, and we would like to acknowledge that Wenda, our caller, got to be with us today. I think this is the first ever in the history of the youth program where there weren't kids today, and that was because Wenda needed to be here with us. So Wenda, stand so that we can acknowledge you. Wenda selflessly leads our youth program with just such wisdom and grace and heart, and so thank you, Wenda. So, and Mary, would you please carry our light out into the world? As we open the circle, this light carries the intention of today's service. May it shine as a reminder for us to live and share. And I think we're at the end, folks. Rev Veronica, do you want to come do our benediction?
I do.
Okay.
All right. So, thank you, everyone, for being here. And this is the close of our service, and we love to do a moving closing benediction. So, if you are able, please stand. Please stand, and we will read this together. Are you ready, music team? Okay. Are you ready, Pacific Coast? All right. So, tell me, Pacific Coast, what is happening right now?
Something wonderful
is happening through me right now. Yes. Did you feel that something wonderful moving through you right now when they just... Yes, sorry. And what do we call this thing? This is thing called life. Yes. And where? Where do we find this thing called life? Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is all that I am. And life is all that we are. Yes, yes. And what do we do with this thing called life? I receive it, I am it, and I share it with all. Yes, yes. And how do we share it? Just the way it appears, and just the way it appears not. Yes, yes. All right, let's feel this thing called life as we feel at the bottom of our feet. Feel it traveling up your legs, through your body. Feel all of this thing called life working in, through, and as we say together, thank you, life. Yes.
I am alive with the spirit of love. 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 I am alive, y'all. Alive with the spirit of love. I am 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 alive, y'all. Alive with the spirit of love. I am alive with the spirit of love. I am alive with the spirit of love. I am alive.
is a manifestation of the One. And the oneness is inside the soul. The soul is our real self. The ego is who we think we are. And the soul is really, really who we are. Soul comes from the One, from the God. And we are spiritual beings visiting humanity.
From the ancient Roman societies and even before, there were thermes, which were gathering places. Yes, there were hot springs, and it was all like going to a spa, but they were places of wisdom and sharing of knowledge. So breathe therme means breath of wisdom. Isn't that beautiful? And if we have time to get in toward the close, I'm going to tell you about some of the amazing things we're doing, not only with a new version of ancient breathwork, but what we're doing in developing a podcast called Breath of Wisdom, which some of you will be invited, or you can sign up to be a part of the Breath of Wisdom podcast. So I don't want to take up any more precious time. I want to turn everything back to Frank Lewandowski, who is humble and shy and as sweet as can be, which you've already understood. He gets so embarrassed when people talk about his credentials. But the one thing I want to tell you, one of his major accomplishments when he was with DuPont and a consultant for NASA was to run ground control experiments for 18 space shuttle missions. And his accomplishment, and you probably remember, those of us that remember space shuttle missions, that crystals could grow in zero gravity and out of space. This man figured out how to grow those same crystals in Earth's gravity. So that's one of his really major accomplishments, what the patents are all about, and they're words I can't even describe. But that's what he did. He took crystalline growth in space and grew it in Earth's gravity. So with that, take us to space.
JJ, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm really humbled to be here, and as well as she said, I'm a very shy person, very modest. I just want to bring this forward. It's really my passion, and it's where I've directed my whole life, both personally and professionally, really embracing this wholeheartedly. So what I'd like to do is start off with, there's two parts of the presentation. One, I'm going to talk about our proactive health model, and beyond that, we're going to take that awareness into experience. So we're going to do a couple exercises where you really experience firsthand the benefits of some of the science and how we're applying it into our platform. So with that, so again, for those who may be joining from home or that maybe stumbled in after the interview. So again, I suffered a major tragedy in my life, and everything was consolidated into this 3-month time frame. And when I was thrust into the healthcare system, I really lost my faith in medicine and not having the options to go through and really begin to embrace my life wholeheartedly and find the opportunity to and modalities that will lead me to heal. And this became a catalyst for a different approach. So all my questions went unanswered. Everything that came thereafter, I wound up stumbling upon serendipitously through either a connection or just seeking out myself on the options that were available to me to really begin to nurture my health back to wholeness. So again, the current problem isn't care, it's clarity. So signals are missed, right? Systems are fragmented, and we treat outcomes and not inputs. And literally, what we can't see, we can't solve. So if you look at our current healthcare model, doctors may be running biomarkers looking at a certain thing because of some of the symptoms. However, your issue may be all the way over here and not being even identified because those tests aren't available or they're not being run. So again, what we can't see, we can't solve. So, and as well, healthcare is separated what is inherently one system. So we look at healthcare, we look at mental wellness, you look at lifestyle behavior, nutrition, and so on. They all influence one another, but we've separated what was never meant to be divided. So, and health is not static, it's actually adaptive, and the body is already responding. So the interesting fact is we have over 1 trillion, no, not 1 trillion cells, 1 trillion responses that are being monitored within the body every single day. And only 99.999% of them are done subconsciously. So there's only 0.001% to where, right, is really impacting our health that we're consciously aware of. So we don't live in fixed states, we move through them. And if you look at using pride as an example, so you look at pride as a means of external validation, right? We seek belonging, you seek acceptance, and so on, which would be a reactive state. Now, however, and with pride being only a month-long celebration, it's an opportunity to use this consciousness spectrum to move beyond that into more of a coherent state. And what that means is internal alignment. So internally aligning on your awareness and acceptance and moving outside of a reactive state into a coherent state. So we all experience multiple states throughout every day, whether it be relationship, our job, our careers, our family, etc. So we're moving through these systems all the time, right? So without awareness, there is no choice. So understanding moving through these states gives us the opportunity to really begin to identify patterns. So, and again, I'm sure everyone embraces this wholeheartedly. What you believe drives what you do and becomes what your body expresses. So the body is always reflecting patterns, and being able to observe those patterns in real time has been a challenge. So again, life feeds biology, our experiences feed our lives, and what we've done is taken our 8 pillars of wellness assessment and looking at bridging all these different assessments from the National Institute of Health, looking at physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, social, occupational, financial, and environmental influences on how we choose to navigate our lives. And within those 8 pillars, there are 37 subcategories that help to identify where you have the most self-awareness and areas that you could benefit from by just really experiencing and becoming consciously aware of those systems. So this is one of our foundational assessments and has really done a remarkable job of really identifying some of the areas to improve overall wellness. So, and as I stated earlier, there's more beneath the surface, and most of us don't see it because we don't have the option or availability to look at some of these diagnostics that identify all of the potential precursors to either illness or disease. So if you look, we have this representation of the iceberg. So if you look at our current healthcare system, about 10% of the available biomarkers are only being provided to us through our conventional healthcare. But they all only treat symptoms, right? So what we're trying to do is identify the root cause, because that will help with healing and addressing some of those symptoms or issues before they become an illness or disease. So there's about 90% of biomarkers that are available through functional medicine that provide insights into understanding what you can do to either prevent or delay the onset of disease. So what's beneath the surface is what actually drives clarity. So what if you knew what was happening in your system right now? We've developed a rapid systems intelligent assessment, and it provides real-time insight. It's a very quick, takes about 10 minutes to actually do, but it provides actionable direction, personalized for you to provide clarity. So when you have clarity, you're able to understand what's happening, to help you with identifying patterns. So what the systems intelligence does is it looks at two primary areas, which is your core system and your performance. So within, you can look at this diagram here, and you can see right here, the average between the core and the performance is identifying minimal strain, ideally is where you want to be. But if you dig a little deeper and you break those two systems into one, you have the core intelligence, and you can see that that's slightly mildly strained. So what supports that are these clusters over on the right. So you see the drivers, the mediators, and the outcomes. So you have digestive, environmental, and lifestyle factors that potentially could be influencing, right, and causing that minimal strain. You look at the mediators with metabolic, in this case, and inflammatory and emotional. So they are the mediators, so they help drive or affect the drivers. And then through that are the outcomes, so the biological strain, right, recovery, and adaptive capacity. And the only thing to worry about here, really, is anything that's either orange or red. They're kind of red flags that your system is moderately strained, and if it's not addressed, you may wind up having issues, right, with either your health or your wellness. So it just brings conscious awareness to these areas that need to be addressed. And then you look at your personal readiness, which is a self-reported readiness score, and ideally you want this to be high. So in this case here, it's moderately high, so there's a little room to improve. But when you look at the performance, so the performance being a 9, mildly strained, is what drove that overall average of the two into something that was, I don't know if I can go back or not, but where the average was a little lower. Okay, so what if those patterns revealed the truth? So we have a systems intelligence assessment that does a deeper dive than the RSI, and it provides the ability to be able to track these trends over time. So we have load and capacity, looking at resilience, and if you look at this historical data, what you can see are multiple assessments that are converging to be able to provide insight into what's working for you and what's working against you. So you can see all the way on the right where you have an elevation of 6 in the digestive system, and but you look at, say, the metabolic, which is coming up as a 50, which is relatively high, would be something that would need to be addressed. So again, it's bringing awareness to these areas of your health that need attention. So, and what we do is we analyze data that delivers clarity, because those insights provide better decisions and better outcomes. So clarity is what literally changes outcomes. So this is what defines the art of wellness: self-care, self-reporting, being able to look at all the assessments that are available, being able to interpret them, being able to even validate them through some of the biomarkers, all the functional tests, and having the support from a specialized, either a health coach or a therapist or a nurse practitioner, providing insights into how to utilize the data and really become more aware of navigating your health proactively. And then with the ongoing ability to monitor and track over time, you're able to make adjustments to your personal choices and really look at adapting your health in real time. So again, we don't replace systems, we connect them. So the whole platform of Breathe Through Me is beginning to connect all of these systems together into one. When you look at healthcare, we're looking at introducing more functional insights to really help drive the prediction or onset of disease early, to be able to offset any of those markers that may wind up turning into a disease. We have the consciousness spectrum, which is part of our psychology portion of our platform, to really begin to look at awareness and how those impact patterns, choices, and really being able to navigate your health and well-being in real time as well. With the lifestyle, we have all our, all our assessments, and those assessments provide insight and clarity to be able to monitor and look at things in real time. And again, we are in conversation with partnering with nutritionals to be able to go through and help to address with supplementation any of the areas that may be imbalanced. So your body is always communicating, and we help you understand it. So, and there's no right pace, only the right next step, because awareness comes first, patterns create clarity, and clarity drives better outcomes. Okay, so that ends this portion of the presentation, and I'm going to grab a glass of water because my mouth is very dry. Thank you. So now the workshop moves from being consciously aware into looking at pattern recognition to help guide you into making better choices. So awareness isn't something you learn, it's something you experience, and by those experiences, you are able to recognize patterns that are beneath those experiences that you can actually help either change or modify, or be able to go through and just improve your overall health. So this is our BioBreath sequence that we developed at Breathe Through Me, and I'm going to have Dr. Myers come up and do a demonstration so that we're all going to experience this BioBreath, and then I'll explain some of the science behind it and why it's really beneficial. So.
So this group, as I kept explaining to Frank, is such an open acceptance of these philosophies and these theories, and you're used to breathing. Breathing starts your services, you breathe through services, you breathe after services. So this is the next advancement in what Frank is calling a bio-breath. And we take in air and we expel air. We do that unconsciously approximately 20,000 times a day. Multiply that by 365, by the number of years you've lived, and you will come up, by the time you're reaching a centenarian status, you have taken 1 billion breaths. Most of them unconscious. Our body just does it for us. What a gift. But when we take conscious control, it changes the dynamic entirely, and it changes our physiology. So most of us have been instructed to take a deep breath and hold it, and expel the breath, right? Well, here's the jazzy version, according to science. And I'm going to demonstrate the sound aspect of it, because you all know how to inhale. And when we get through that, then Frank is going to guide us through 3 bio-breaths as a group, okay? When we speak, we mostly, unless we're a trained singer or a professional speaker, we speak from our throat, from the back of our throat. And as we get tense and other things happen in our life, it affects our voice. Can I tell them about the voice print? Oh, preview of coming attractions. This is already in the testing stage. I've gotten to be a guinea pig that through a 90-second voice print and analysis will be able to show you what the stress loads are in your body. It's coming, it's in development, and we're already experimenting with it. So bio-breath is part of this as well. Usually we speak from the back of our throat, and that's okay. That's how we communicate. When we learn to speak from our chest cavity, everything changes. The resonance and the vibration in your body changes. So I'm going to demonstrate that you can hear this, and then how to do it is so simple. So if I were to ask you to say the word ah, it would come out like ah, right? That's how let's do it. Ah. Awesome. A bio-breath sounds different, and you can hear this now. So, can you hear the difference? It's moving from the back of my throat to my chest and expands into the cavity of your mouth in resonance through your system, okay? This is your own healing frequency, and it can be measured. So as you expel the breath, we still want you to expel through your mouth, but your lips are barely parted. You can feel the vibration. Sometimes it tickles when that resonant frequency is coming out of you. But to then drop your jaw, open your mouth cavity. So let's try it together. Start here in our throat. Drop your jaw open. Can you feel the vibration in your lips? Okay, so as that's vibrating through this cavity, it is altering your physiology, and Frank will explain why and how it does that. So we're going to do 3 of these breaths together. He's going to guide us so I can participate with you and explain the intake of the extra breath. Okay.
Okay, can you hear me now? Perfect. So we're going to do an inhalation. I'll just work through the sequence, and then we'll have JJ go through it, and we'll all do it together. So you're going to breathe in, try to fill your diaphragm, and you're going to hold that for a few seconds. I'm going to ask you to do another inhalation to build up and really complete your chest, to fill it up with air, and then we'll pause for a moment, and then we'll have you release. Okay? So we're going to all start together now. We're going to breathe in, fill our lower abdomen with air. Hold. Breathe in again. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release. Okay, we're going to take another deep breath. Fill up your lower abdomen, your diaphragm. Hold. Pull in more air. Fill the chest. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release. And we're going to do it one last time. We're going to fill the abdomen, fill the diaphragm. We're going to hold it for 3 seconds. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release. Okay.
So, what's happened in that opening the resonance? It's merely by relaxing your jaw, parting your lips just enough so you feel the vibration of your own frequency. is your healing frequency. Had we continued to do this as a group and we aligned that tone into one tone, and then if, like Melissa, took it up a third and harmonized the tone, you see now we have a healing environment. So yes, do this. I've been, ever since Frank taught this to me, we've been doing it every morning, every night. If I wake up during the night and the committee meeting starts, I start bio-breathing again, and it calms the committee. Now, Frank's going to understand what happened through our parasympathetic nervous system when we did those 3 breaths.
So every single breath, so we've actually been able to measure this using our diagnostic tool to be able to look at wherever you're imbalanced, whether it's if you're top heavy in your stress or if your lower body is stressed. We've done measurements to where each of those bio breaths that you do wind up helping to create a range of homeostasis. So whether you're top heavy, that first bio breath brings everything into more equilibrium. And each of those bio breaths that you do create more of a homeostasis. So we've studied it to where we've done 3 bio breaths, have taken our measurements, looking at the energy that's coming off of these reflex zones, and being able to take that and really crunch the data down and understand that simply by breathing and the resonance that you're emitting from your vocals is helping to calm down the parasympathetic nervous system and simply just provide more balance. Simple as that, easy peasy, right? It's something that anybody can do. It's a takeaway to walk through, but there are multiple different elements that you can do as well to be able to really nurture your well-being. So what it does as well, right, I forgot about that. So it stimulates the vagus nerve, which runs and connects to a lot of the organs in your system and helps to balance those as well. And that's what we're seeing in these measurements, is that everything is beginning to bridge to homeostasis. So think about if you did 5 or 6 or even 10 bio breaths, how much balance that you have within your system. Okay, and we don't live in one state. Our experiences and the way we navigate through them in real time really help guide us into understanding where we are with our state of awareness. And what you're looking at is a modernized version of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which is taking something from a pyramid scheme of what they've done back in 1942, where you're seeking where you want to go as opposed to being present into experiencing what state you're in. So if we look at pride, and I didn't have a chance to express this during the interview, but we can use pride as an example with the external validation, which would be a reactive state, and moving through that into a coherent state by having that internal alignment with yourself and moving forward with conscious awareness and being comfortable and being your authentic self, as we have discussed previously throughout the course of today. So, again, beliefs shape perception, and before a thought ever forms, a belief is already present. So, think of something you're experiencing in your life right now that actually feels unresolved. And we're just going to observe it, and we're actually going to play a music sequence for about 2 minutes just to allow you to settle and focus on anything that's unresolved. So our beliefs fuel our thoughts and wind up moving through an emotion within our bodies. And anything that we wind up repeating over and over again is simply like a mantra or whatever creates a pattern in your life. And recognizing those patterns is the first step of becoming consciously aware of what you're dealing with and where you want to move through it. So enabling you to kind of move outside yourself and experience it looking in to see where you can either improve, whether that be changing a belief, looking at the thoughts, moving through the emotion, understanding it, where it's impacting your body, etc., and identifying those repetitive patterns. So patterns ripple through our system. The one beautiful thing we have at Breathe Through May is we look at 4 primary systems simultaneously. So we're looking at not only the physical body, but we're looking at the mental body, emotional body, and incorporeal system, which is spirit. It's just recognized outside of any set belief system. So each of those patterns shape our perception. So, and experiences emerge from interacting with patterns or the states that I just discussed within these interconnected systems. So it's actually becoming aware within those systems where you need to move through and understand and identify those patterns. So again, just what thought showed up first when you were going through and thinking of something that was unresolved. And then ask yourself, what emotion followed? And then lastly, what do you feel in your body? And just by navigating those 3 questions, you're able to go through and discern what may be happening and how to move beyond it. So your body is always reflecting your internal state. So is it, a state of survival? Is it more reactive? Is it stabilized? Is it coherent? Or is it expanded? So all these responses respond to meaning, and not just events. So these states are what shape your physiology long before symptoms even appear. So where do you feel it? Did you feel it in your chest? Did it start at an emotion that surfaced? Is it something in a thought pattern that you have repeatedly? Or did you notice that you have shallow breathing, like myself, standing up here? So again, just being consciously aware of your thought, your belief, your breathing, wherever you're feeling it in your body as well. And the PEMI is just a way of looking at those 4 primary areas and beginning to navigate through with even the additional insights you get from, say, our 8 pillar of wellness that add an additional 4 layers to that. So what we repeat becomes your baseline, right? So every moment creates patterns, and those patterns affect your physiology. So again, as I said, whatever you keep repeating in your mind, whether it be a thought, a belief, an emotion, all of those are really the repeating systems that will wind up eventually leading to, say, an illness or potentially an unresolved issue, or or potentially a disease. So if you can see the pattern, you are no longer inside of it, right? So again, moving yourself out of those patterns and being able to consciously be aware of looking at your patterns and creating choice. So awareness is what creates choice. And balance isn't simply the absence of stress. It's our ability to adapt to those experiences and be able to shift from a reactive state into something that's more coherent. So now let's explore this together, just not to analyze, but just to see things a little more clearly. So this is where I'll just open it up and you can share a moment, a situation, what you felt, what your body did. And it's not fixing, it's just noticing, being more aware of what you were feeling.
Comfortable coming up, or I'll come to you. I'll just come to you, Eileen. Okay, come on up. Okay.
The first situation that came up to mind involved another outside agency, and I thought to myself, I have no control over that. So I left that one. And then another situation came up about my interior feelings about who I am and what I do and how I am, which are often critical, and I have control over that. And I felt it first like in my stomach and then my toes, and I was going to ask, can we do this breath a lot, like every day? Or you can never do too many of them?
No.
Okay, so I'm grateful for that new tool. But that's what was like for me. I didn't have resolution, but awareness.
Awareness is the
Thank
first
you.
step, yes.
Anybody else want to share what they felt, where they felt it? Released it? Oh, come on. You guys are way more vociferous than this. Lorraine, look at that smile. What do you have something to share? You shared a whole bunch of me of what's just happened since you were in the workshops, that this is the scientific now explanation of what happened in those workshops. Okay. Yes, because you've had some pretty major shifts. I knew I'd get her to tell the story.
Thank you, JJ. I loved the Graceology class that we took, and I see a lot of you in here that took the class with me. And JJ taught me that motion is lotion. Yeah, and she had this wonderful, like, full body, hip healing dance routine that she did in the kitchen. And I filmed it. And so every morning she taught me about earthing. I'm wearing shells, so I'm earthing the energy right here. And I take my shoes off and put my feet in the grass early in the morning, because that's connecting to vibration earth. And then I do this motion as lotion dance that JJ taught me, and I take my glasses off so I'm getting the light in. And then I relax outside and sit down and have my coffee, and it's just wonderful. And now I'm going to add this fantastic breathing. And in class, we had people who had injuries and surgeries while we were going through the class, and I was one of them. And wow, utilizing this was so successful, and my recovery was so great. And I thank you so much.
Oh, gosh, thank you. I didn't mean that to be a whole endorsement for Graceology, but thanks. Thanks. And now, yes, we have the added element of the bio breath. Had I learned that before, as those workshops were going on, we would have incorporated it. It will be a part of the workshops from here on out. Anybody else have anything to share? Okay. You keep all that great information to yourself and bio breathe all the way home. So where are we up to, Frank?
So again, getting back to that experience and just sitting in that silence for a bit, ask yourself one question: what belief may be underneath that? So it's a question to look at. Is it a borrowed belief? Is it something that no longer serves you? Is it something that you want to redefine or challenge and move beyond? But that is the first catalyst of understanding how that navigates into not only your thoughts, but your emotions and your physical body as well. So, and if that belief could change, what would change? What else would change in your system to kind of begin to shift and move yourself out of that either borrowed belief or something that is no longer served? So again, that belief is what supports a thought that invokes an emotion and winds up resonating in the physical body. So if there's a way to be able to begin navigating through and just become more consciously aware of your belief systems and what serves you, what no longer serves you, and to move beyond that, it's a start of just navigating into more of a proactive health environment. So, and then the other piece to the puzzle is, where else does this show up? So where is it showing up? Since patterns repeat until they are actually observed, you can't regulate them. So every system offers a pathway back to balance. So not only within the physical body, but as well the mental, emotional, and incorporeal, which is your beliefs. So we did the bio breath as one of the examples, which is listed on here with the breathing. But each of these, whatever area shows up in your search and your self-awareness and your discovery, these are options that help to begin to regulate, to bring more self-awareness and guide you into a whole state of well-being. So this is just an overview of our Art of Wellness, which is a tracking system to look at awareness over time, right? Engaging guided reflections and really supporting adaptive growth. We have the 8-pillar of wellness assessment that I explained a little bit about, but you can discover your lifestyle patterns, explore daily influences of what's impacting your life, whether it be positive or negative, and then build self-awareness, so providing the tools to be able to go through and really navigate back into wholeness. The other thing that we offer is this resource guide and workbook that really teaches you all the interconnectedness of all the 8 pillars and what you can do to help support them and be able to understand that one pillar influences another, and what can you do to really start to bring balance back into your system. So, and we will end with this, and I'm going to hand the floor over to Dr. Myers.
Thank you, Frank. Let's give him yet another round of applause. I can't tell you the process over months to get a scientist out of a laboratory and a lab coat and in front of a group like this. So we honor this was out of his comfort zone a bit, but I think he's going to be doing this a lot to bigger groups. Our vision in the Breathe Through May team is to have him on a TED Talk stage sometime in the future. But so he showed you lots of fancy, beautiful colored graphics and stuff. And because you're here, you are going to get many of these things complimentary. This is a membership-based model, but because you're here and part of this, you're going to get, did you see a QR code up there? You're also going to get, all the Graceology people get this automatically because we have your contact information, but there's a sign-up sheet on the back table. And if you want to receive this information, where you can take the rapid 8 pillars of wellness assessment, complimentary. You can take the BSI, which is System Intelligence Assessment, complimentary. And then you're going to also get back the whole spectrum of consciousness that you saw on the screen several times. And those of you then that choose to take a deeper dive, you can dive as deep as you want on the Breathe Through May website. But please use this code because it will give you special access to get these things on a complimentary basis, okay, because of our relationship with CSL. The other thing that's going to be happening, we talked about the voice print, and he talks about energy balancing. Frank has a new patent pending on a wearable device that we may bring back here. It's not in wearable form yet, it's in prototype form, but we're going to talk to Rev Veronica about scheduling on a Saturday that you can come back, make an appointment and come back and see your energy scans. And the information that is derived will come back to you in a verbal analysis in Bree's voice. Oh, you can't see Bree, but you saw the male-female that's part of our logo. That's Fred and Bree. We went through a lot of names, but Bree for Breathe Through May seemed to make the most sense. What I have on my phone, and I know you can't see it, but I'll show it to you up close afterwards if you like. These are the updated scans of my energy field that were done last week. And every color represents a state of something. And now I'm seeing some things that I need to pay attention to. I need to explore more deeply. So you will get your own energy, beautiful piece of art, just like this. What you can't see, because I didn't take a picture of running on the screen, as you see yourself come up in energetic form on one half of the screen. The other half of the screen, you're seeing numbers scrolling up and down as it's measuring your body systems. And you will get all this information back, as well as then the verbal explanation that will be sent back to you. So we're just looking for a date that we can come back here and reconverge. And this took 120 seconds to do, 2 minutes. The voice scan, I don't know if we'll do the voice scans on that day. It depends on some other technology stuff. The voice scans take 90 seconds. Now, compare that into the time it takes you to make a doctor appointment if you can get one 3 months in advance and driving to the doctor and then sitting there for an hour and a half and then having 11 minutes with the doctor. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And that makes it worse. That's what Des said, and then it makes it all worse. I personally have a follow-up appointment tomorrow. You know, I just go in and have debates with my primary care physician, and then she goes, well, I know you're not going to do anything I tell you to do anyway, so, you know, let's have coffee. So that's my relationship. Is that yours too with your, okay. Anyway, I hope this has been a delight to you and warm honey for your soul. So Frank and I will be around for a few more minutes yet. Again, Graceology people, you're going to get a link, or you can scan the QR code, whatever you want to do. Everybody else, scan the QR code, or give us your email back on the sheet on the table as you're exiting to leave. So did I forget anything?
Along with the consciousness spectrum, there's 4 charts as well to help navigate. So some of them are daily reflections, some journaling, as well as some of the charts that I displayed to help navigate you through the whole consciousness spectrum. So
okay, and most of these techniques you may already be familiar with. This gives you the undercurrent or undergirding, if you will, of all the science that now proves all of this is real for us. So thank you for being here. We hope to see you in a few Saturdays away, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
it should be on the back table.
The back table
Okay.
is the sign-up sheet.
There's not. It's not there.
Where
We
did
need-
it?
I don't
That's
know.
where I left it. Oh my God. That's where I left the sign-up sheet.
Hopefully see you again soon.
Absolutely.
I'll go search for
I
it.
know what you're doing.
Light much better. 'Cause now I know it's not so